Welcome to Code Your English, the home to learn and grow fast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another impactful episode here at Code Your English. I am very happy that you are here with me today. In this episode, we are going to talk about something very powerful and very modern. We are going to talk about artificial intelligence. Do not worry. I will explain everything in simple and clear English, step by step, so you can practice your listening and speaking while learning something new. Let me start with a few simple questions. Do you use Google to search for information? Do you watch Netflix or YouTube and see videos that match your interests? Do you talk to Siri or Google Assistant on your phone? Maybe you use Google Maps to find the best road when you travel. If your answer is yes, then I have something interesting to tell you. You are already using artificial intelligence in your daily life. Many people think artificial intelligence is something from the future. They imagine robots walking on the street or machines that look like humans. They think AI is something far away, something that will come after many years. But this is not true. Artificial intelligence is already here. It is inside your phone. It is inside your computer. It is inside the apps you use every day. When Netflix suggests a movie for you, it is using artificial intelligence. When Google shows you the best answer to your question, it is using artificial intelligence. When your phone understands your voice and writes a message for you, that is also artificial intelligence. It learns from data. It learns from your behavior. It tries to understand what you like and what you need. So here is a strong idea for today. Artificial intelligence is not the future. It is already part of our life. We are living with it right now, even if we do not always see it. In this episode, we will understand what it really is, how it works, and how it can affect our future. Stay with me, stay curious, and let's code our English together while we explore the world of artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Now let us understand the most important question. What is artificial intelligence? Many people hear these words almost every day, but they are not always sure what they really mean. So let me explain it in a very simple way. Artificial intelligence, or AI, means that machines can think or learn in a way that is similar to humans. Of course, machines do not have real feelings. They do not have emotions like us, but they can learn from information, understand patterns, and make decisions. In simple words, AI is when a computer acts a little bit like a human brain. Think about your own brain for a moment. When you were a child, you did not know how to speak. You listened to your parents. You listened to people around you. Slowly, your brain learned words. Then, you learned sentences. After that, you learned how to read and write. Your brain learned from experience and information. Artificial intelligence works in a similar way. It also learns from information. We call this information data. Data can be many things. It can be numbers, words, pictures, videos, or sounds. For example, if we want a computer to recognize cats in photos, we show it thousands of pictures of cats. The computer studies these pictures. It looks at the shape, the eyes, the ears, and the body. After seeing many examples, it starts to understand what a cat looks like. The next time it sees a new picture, it can say, "This is a cat." This is learning from data. Artificial intelligence also makes decisions. Let me give you a simple example. When you open YouTube, you see many video suggestions. How does YouTube decide which videos to show you? It studies your past behavior. It looks at the videos you watched before. It checks how long you watched them. It sees what you liked or searched for. Then it makes a decision. It chooses videos that it thinks you will enjoy. This decision is not random. It is based on data and patterns. AI also solves problems. For example, when you use Google Maps, it shows you the fastest way to reach your destination. It looks at traffic information. It checks how many cars are on each road. It studies the distance and the speed. Then it solves the problem. What is the best route for you right now? In just a few seconds, it gives you an answer. This is problem solving with artificial intelligence. Another example is voice assistants like Siri or Google Assistant. When you speak to your phone, it listens to your voice. It changes your voice into text. Then it tries to understand your question. After that, it gives you an answer. This process looks simple to us, but inside the system, there are many steps. The AI is learning from millions of voices. It learns different accents. It learns different ways people ask questions. This is how it becomes better over time. It is important to understand that AI does not think exactly like humans. It does not have its own dreams or goals. It follows instructions created by programmers, but it can improve its performance by learning from new data. The more data it has, the better it can become. Just like a student improves by practicing more, AI systems improve by studying more data. So, in simple words, artificial intelligence is when machines learn from data, make decisions, and solve problems in a way that looks similar to human thinking. It is not magic, it is not science fiction, it is a system that studies information and uses it to give smart results. When you understand AI in this way, it becomes less scary and more interesting. It is simply a tool, a powerful tool, yes, but still a tool. And the more we understand it, the better we can use it in our lives, in our work, and even in our English learning journey. A short history of artificial intelligence. Now let us take a small journey into the past and understand how artificial intelligence started. Many people think AI is something very new. They think it was created only a few years ago. But the idea of artificial intelligence actually started many years ago. Scientists and thinkers were already asking an interesting question. Can machines think like humans? This question started a long time ago, when computers were still very simple. In the beginning, computers were not smart at all. They were big, slow, and very limited. They could only follow clear instructions. For example, if you told a computer to add two numbers, it could do that. But it could not understand language. It could not recognize images. It could not learn from experience. Early computers were like calculators. They were powerful for math, but they were not intelligent. As time passed, technology improved. Computers became smaller, faster, and cheaper. Scientists started to experiment more. They tried to teach computers how to play simple games like chess. They tried to make machines understand basic language. At first, progress was slow. Computers did not have enough power. There was not enough data. Many people even lost hope and thought true artificial intelligence would never be possible. But technology did not stop growing. One very important change was the development of the Internet. When the Internet became popular, the world changed. Suddenly, there was a huge amount of information available online. People were sharing text, photos, videos, and ideas. This created something very important for AI: data. As we learned before, AI learns from data. And now, there was more data than ever before. At the same time, computers became much more powerful. They could process information much faster than older machines. This combination of powerful computers and large amounts of data helped artificial intelligence grow very quickly. Systems could now learn from millions of examples instead of just a few hundred. This made AI smarter and more accurate. For example, in the past, a computer might not understand a simple voice command. Today, voice assistants can understand different accents and languages. In the past, computers could not recognize faces in photos. Today, many phones can unlock just by scanning your face. This shows how much progress has happened over time. Another important step in AI history was the improvement of machine learning. Machine learning is a way for computers to learn from data without being programmed step by step for every small action. Instead of giving the computer every answer, programmers give it many examples, and the system learns patterns by itself. This idea helped AI become more flexible and powerful. We can also see how AI has moved from laboratories into everyday life. In the past, AI research was mostly inside universities and research centers. Today, it is inside our homes. It is in our smartphones, our cars, our shopping apps, and even in hospitals. What was once a dream of scientists has now become part of normal life. So, the history of artificial intelligence is a story of patience and progress. It started with a simple question: can machines think? Early computers were basic and limited. Over time, technology improved. The internet gave us huge amounts of data. Computers became faster and stronger. Slowly, step by step, AI became more real and more useful. And the story is still continuing. Artificial intelligence is still growing. Researchers are still improving it. New ideas are being tested every year. When we look at the history of AI, we understand something important. Big changes do not happen in one day. They happen slowly, with learning, practice, and innovation. Just like learning English, progress takes time. And just like AI, we can also grow stronger and smarter step by step here at Code Your English. Types of artificial intelligence. Very simple explanation. Now let us talk about the different types of artificial intelligence. Do not worry. I will explain everything in a very simple way. We will not use difficult technical words. We will just understand the basic idea step by step. When people talk about artificial intelligence, they often imagine a very smart robot that can do everything a human can do. But in reality, there are different levels of AI. Some are simple and already exist today. Some are still ideas for the future. The first type is called narrow AI. This is the most common type of artificial intelligence that we use today. Narrow AI is designed to do only one specific task. It cannot do many different things like a human. It is very good at one job, but it cannot go outside that job. For example, think about Google Maps. It can show you the fastest way to reach your destination. It can check traffic. It can suggest a different route if there is a problem on the road. But Google Maps cannot cook food. It cannot teach you math. It cannot write a poem. It only does navigation. That is its job. This is narrow AI. Another example is chatbots. When you visit a website and a small chat box appears and asks, "How can I help you?" That is often a chatbot powered by AI. It can answer common questions. It can help you track your order. It can give you basic information. But it cannot truly understand deep emotions like a human. It follows patterns and answers based on the data it learned. It is intelligent in one area only. That is why it is called narrow AI. Even self-driving cars are examples of narrow AI. A self-driving car can see the road using cameras and sensors. It can recognize traffic lights. It can stop when it sees a person crossing the street. It can follow traffic rules. But it cannot work as a doctor. It cannot give you advice about relationships. It is intelligent only in driving. Again, it is narrow. It has one main purpose. So when we talk about AI today, we are mostly talking about narrow AI. It is powerful, it is useful, but it is limited to one task or one area. Now let us move to the second type, which is called general AI. This type of AI does not fully exist yet. It is still an idea and a goal for many scientists. General AI would be able to think and learn like a human in many different areas. It would not be limited to one job. Imagine a machine that can learn languages, solve math problems, understand emotions, create art, and make complex decisions, just like a human being. If it learns something in one area, it can use that knowledge in another area. This is how humans work. If you learn discipline in sports, you can also use discipline in your studies. Humans can transfer skills from one area to another. General AI would be able to do the same. It would not only follow instructions, it would understand context. It would adapt to new situations. But today, we do not have true general AI. What we have now are very advanced systems, but they are still narrow in design. They are trained for specific tasks. Now let us talk about the third type, which is called super AI. This is mostly a future idea. Super AI means an intelligence that is even smarter than humans in almost every way. It would solve problems faster than any human. It would create new ideas. It might even improve itself without human help. This idea sounds exciting, but it also makes some people worried. If a machine becomes more intelligent than humans, how will we control it? How will we make sure it makes safe decisions? These are important questions, but remember, super AI is still a theory. It does not exist today. It is something scientists and thinkers discuss when they talk about the far future. So let us summarize everything in a simple way. Narrow AI is real and already part of our daily life. It does one task very well. Examples are Google Maps, chatbots, and self-driving cars. General AI is the idea of a machine that can think and learn like a human in many areas. It does not fully exist yet. Super AI is a future idea of intelligence that could be even smarter than humans. Understanding these levels helps us think clearly. Not all AI is the same. Most of what we see today is narrow AI. It is powerful but limited. And this is important because sometimes movies show AI as something dangerous and too powerful. But in reality, most AI systems today are tools created to help us with specific tasks. When you understand this difference, artificial intelligence becomes less mysterious. It becomes easier to understand. And when something is easier to understand, it becomes less scary and more interesting. As English learners here at Code Your English, learning new concepts like this not only improves your knowledge about technology, but it also helps you grow your vocabulary and confidence in speaking about modern topics. Where do we see AI in daily life? Now, let us bring artificial intelligence closer to our real life. Sometimes when we talk about AI, it sounds like something very big and very far away. But the truth is simple. AI is already part of our daily routine. You probably use it many times a day without even thinking about it. Let us start with smartphones. Almost everyone has a smartphone today. Inside your phone, there are many AI systems working quietly in the background. When your phone unlocks with your face or your fingerprint, that is artificial intelligence. The system studies your face. It learns small details like the distance between your eyes or the shape of your nose. It compares this information with saved data. In just 1 second, it decides if it is really you. This is AI making a fast and smart decision. Your phone camera also uses AI. When you take a photo, the camera can recognize if you are taking a picture of a person, food, or nature. It adjusts the light and colors automatically. Sometimes it even makes your face look clearer or brighter. This is not magic. It is artificial intelligence working to improve your picture. Now think about social media. When you open Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, you see posts and videos that match your interests. How does the app know what you like? It studies your behavior. It sees what you watch, what you like, what you comment on, and how long you stay on a video. Then it shows you similar content. This is AI learning from your actions. It tries to keep you interested by giving you personalized content. YouTube recommendations are another clear example. When you watch one video about learning English, you will see more videos about English learning. If you watch cooking videos, you will see more recipes. YouTube's system studies millions of users and their habits. Then it predicts what you might enjoy next. It is like the platform is saying, "I understand you." This understanding comes from data and artificial intelligence. Online shopping is also full of AI. When you visit an online store, you often see messages like "recommended for you" or "people who bought this also bought that." These suggestions are not random. The system studies your past searches and purchases. It compares your behavior with other customers. Then it suggests products that you might like. AI helps companies understand customers better and improve their services. Translation apps are very helpful for English learners. When you use a translation app to change a sentence from your language into English, AI is working behind the scenes. It studies millions of translated texts. It learns grammar patterns and sentence structures. That is why modern translation apps are much more accurate than older ones. They are improving because they are learning from more and more data. Voice assistants are another example that many people use every day. When you say, "Hey Siri," or "Okay Google," your phone starts listening. It changes your voice into text. Then it tries to understand what you want. If you ask about the weather, it gives you today's temperature. If you ask to set an alarm, it sets one for you. This process happens very quickly, but there are many AI systems working together to make it possible. Even email services use AI. Sometimes your email automatically moves a message to the spam folder. How does it know it is spam? It studies millions of emails and learns patterns. If a message looks similar to other spam messages, it blocks it. This protects you from scams and unwanted emails. Streaming services like Netflix also use AI. They study what you watch, when you stop watching, and what type of movies you prefer. Then they suggest new shows that match your taste. It feels personal because the system is learning about you step by step. When we look at all these examples, we understand something important. Artificial intelligence is not only in big companies or research centers. It is in our hands, it is in our pockets, it is part of our daily habits. From morning to night, we are connected to AI systems in many small ways. Understanding this makes the topic more practical and real. AI is not only about robots in movies. It is about simple things like searching on Google, watching YouTube, shopping online, or practicing English with an app. The more we notice these examples, the more we see how technology is shaping our daily life. When you use apps for pronunciation practice, grammar correction, or vocabulary building, you are also using artificial intelligence. So AI is not only changing the world of technology, it is also helping you grow, learn, and improve your English every single day. Benefits of artificial intelligence. Now, let us talk about the positive side of artificial intelligence. Many people feel worried when they hear about AI. They think about robots taking jobs or machines becoming too powerful. But it is also very important to understand the benefits. Artificial intelligence has many advantages. It is helping people in different areas of life every single day. One big benefit of AI is that it saves time. In today's world, time is very valuable. People are busy with work, family, and personal goals. AI systems can complete tasks in just a few seconds. For example, when you search for information on Google, you get thousands of results almost immediately. In the past, people had to go to a library and search for hours. Today, AI helps you find answers very quickly. This saves time and energy. Another benefit is that AI works very fast. Computers can process a huge amount of information in a short time. For example, banks use AI systems to check thousands of transactions every second. These systems can quickly find unusual activity and stop fraud. A human worker cannot check that much information so quickly. AI supports humans by doing heavy work at high speed. Artificial intelligence is also helping doctors and hospitals. In healthcare, AI can study medical images like X-rays or scans. It can find small problems that are difficult for the human eye to see. This helps doctors make better decisions. AI systems can also study patient data and suggest possible treatments. Of course, doctors are still very important. AI does not replace them, but it supports them and helps them work more effectively. Students also benefit from artificial intelligence. Today, there are many learning apps that use AI. These apps can understand a student's level and give personalized exercises. If a student makes a mistake in grammar, the system can explain the error and give more practice. If the student improves, the app gives more difficult tasks. This makes learning more personal and more effective. AI becomes like a smart assistant for students. Artificial intelligence also makes daily life easier. For example, voice assistants can remind you about meetings. Smart home devices can turn off the lights automatically. Navigation apps help you avoid traffic. Even simple things like autocorrect on your phone make writing faster and easier. These small tools reduce stress and help us manage our day better. Businesses also grow faster with the help of AI. Companies use AI to understand customer behavior. They study what people buy and what they like. This helps them create better products and better services. For example, online stores can suggest products that match your interests. This increases sales and improves customer satisfaction. AI also helps companies reduce costs by automating repetitive tasks. Another important benefit is accuracy. AI systems can reduce human errors in certain tasks. For example, in factories, AI-powered machines can check products carefully and find small mistakes. This improves quality. In finance, AI can calculate numbers without simple human errors. This makes processes safer and more reliable. It is also important to say that AI supports creativity. Many artists and designers use AI tools to create music, art, or videos. These tools help them try new ideas and save time in editing. In this way, AI does not stop creativity. It can actually support it. When we look at all these benefits, we see that artificial intelligence is a powerful tool. It saves time, it works fast, it supports doctors, it helps students, it makes daily life easier, it helps businesses grow. Of course, like every technology, it must be used wisely. But when used correctly, AI can improve our lives in many positive ways. And for you as an English learner, AI can also become your partner. It can help you practice speaking, correct your grammar, and improve your vocabulary. So, instead of fearing artificial intelligence, we can learn how to use it in a smart and balanced way. Here at Code Your English, we believe that technology should help us grow, not control us. Risks and problems of artificial intelligence. Now let us look at the other side of artificial intelligence. We have already talked about the benefits. AI can save time, help doctors, support students, and make life easier. But it is also important to speak about the risks and problems. Every powerful tool has both advantages and disadvantages. To think clearly, we must look at both sides in a calm and balanced way. One common concern is job loss. Many people worry that machines will replace human workers. In some areas, this is already happening. For example, in factories, robots can do repetitive tasks like packing or building products. In supermarkets, we now see self-checkout machines. In some offices, AI systems can organize data or answer customer questions automatically. These changes can reduce the need for certain jobs. However, it is also true that new technology often creates new types of jobs. When computers first appeared, many people were afraid. But later, new careers were created in programming, design, and IT support. The same may happen with artificial intelligence. Some jobs may disappear, but new ones may appear. The real challenge is learning new skills and adapting to change. This is why education and continuous learning are very important in today's world. Another important issue is privacy. AI systems learn from data, and much of this data comes from people. When you use social media, search online, or shop on the internet, you leave digital information behind. Companies can collect and study this data. This helps them improve their services, but it also raises questions. How much information should companies collect? How should they protect it? What happens if private data is stolen? Privacy problems can become serious if data is not protected properly. For example, if personal information like phone numbers, addresses, or bank details is leaked, it can cause harm. That is why many countries are creating laws to protect user data. It is important for companies to act responsibly and for users to be aware of how their data is used. Fake information is another risk connected to artificial intelligence. AI systems can now create very realistic text, images, and even videos. Sometimes it becomes difficult to know what is real and what is not. Fake news can spread quickly on social media. False information can influence opinions and create confusion. This is why critical thinking is more important than ever. We must check sources, compare information, and not believe everything we see online. There is also the problem of people becoming too dependent on AI. When technology makes life easier, it is comfortable. But sometimes we may rely on it too much. For example, if we always use navigation apps, we may forget how to read maps. If we always use autocorrect, we may stop paying attention to spelling. If we always ask AI for answers, we may not try to think deeply by ourselves. Technology should support human thinking, not replace it completely. It is important to use AI as a tool, not as a substitute for our own brain. Balance is the key. We should use technology to improve our life, but we should also continue developing our own skills. Ethical questions are also part of the discussion. Ethics means understanding what is right and what is wrong. For example, if an AI system makes a mistake in a hospital or in a self-driving car, who is responsible? The programmer? The company? The user? These questions are not simple. As AI becomes more powerful, society must create clear rules and guidelines to ensure safety and fairness. There are also questions about fairness and bias. AI systems learn from data. If the data contains mistakes or unfair patterns, the system may repeat those problems. This is why it is important to build AI carefully and test it properly. When we talk about risks, we do not need to feel fear. Instead, we need awareness. Artificial intelligence is not good or bad by itself. It depends on how humans design it and use it. Open discussion, strong laws, education, and responsibility can reduce many of these risks. So the goal is not to stop technology, but to guide it in a positive direction. By understanding both the benefits and the risks, we become smarter users. We become people who think carefully instead of reacting emotionally. As English learners here at Code Your English, discussing topics like this also helps you practice expressing opinions in a balanced way. You learn not only new vocabulary, but also how to think critically. And that is a very powerful skill in today's world. Artificial intelligence and the future. Now let us look forward and think about the future of artificial intelligence. The future is always interesting because it is full of possibilities. We do not know exactly what will happen, but we can imagine and prepare ourselves. When we talk about AI in the future, we should be realistic, but we can also allow ourselves to think creatively. In the future, we may see smarter robots in many areas of life. Today, robots can already help in factories and warehouses. In the future, they may become more flexible and more helpful. For example, robots might assist elderly people at home. They could remind them to take medicine, help them stand up, or call for help in an emergency. These robots would not replace human care, but they could support families and reduce stress. Healthcare may also improve with the help of artificial intelligence. In the future, AI systems could study large amounts of medical data and find patterns that humans might miss. They could help doctors detect diseases earlier. Imagine a system that can study your health information and warn you before a serious problem appears. This could save many lives. Hospitals might use AI to manage patient information more efficiently, reduce waiting times, and improve treatment plans. Education is another area that may change in powerful ways. Personalized education could become more common. This means that learning will be adapted to each student's needs. If a student learns quickly, the system will give more advanced lessons. If a student needs more practice, the system will provide extra support. I could act like a personal tutor, available at any time. For English learners, this could mean better pronunciation feedback, smarter grammar correction, and lessons designed exactly for their level. AI at work will also grow. In the future, many jobs may include working together with AI systems. Instead of replacing humans completely, AI may become a partner. For example, in offices, AI might organize data and create reports, while humans focus on creativity and decision-making. In design, AI might suggest ideas, but humans will choose the final direction. In journalism, AI might help collect information, but humans will tell the story. We may also see new types of jobs that do not exist today. In the past, nobody imagined jobs like social media manager or app developer. In the same way, AI will create new careers. There may be AI trainers, people who teach systems how to behave correctly. There may be AI ethics experts who make sure technology follows fair rules. There may be new creative jobs that combine technology and art in new ways. However, the future will not be perfect. There will still be challenges. That is why it is important to prepare ourselves. Learning new skills, being flexible, and staying curious will be very important. The world will continue to change, and those who are ready to learn will adapt more easily. Now, I want you to imagine your own future. Imagine yourself 5 or 10 years from now. How will AI be part of your life? Will you use it in your job? Will it help you learn new skills? Maybe it will support you in managing your time or improving your health. Try to picture your daily routine. What will be different? What will stay the same? The future of artificial intelligence is not only about machines. It is also about humans. Technology will grow, but human values like kindness, creativity, and responsibility will always be important. AI can support us, but it cannot replace our emotions, dreams, and personal goals. So instead of fearing the future, we can prepare for it. We can learn about technology. We can improve our skills, and we can use AI as a tool to build a better life. The future is not something that just happens to us. It is something we help create. As you improve your English, you are also preparing for that future. English is the language of technology, business, and global communication. When you combine strong English skills with knowledge about AI, you open more doors for yourself. The future belongs to those who are ready to learn, adapt, and grow. AI and English learning. Now let us talk about something very important for you as a listener of Code Your English. How can artificial intelligence help you learn English better? This part is very practical because it connects directly to your goal. You are not only listening to this episode to learn about technology. You are also here to improve your English speaking and listening skills. And the good news is this: AI can become your personal learning partner. One of the most powerful tools today is AI chatbots for speaking practice. In the past, many students struggled because they did not have someone to practice English with. Maybe they felt shy. Maybe they did not have an English-speaking friend. Today, AI chatbots can simulate real conversations. You can ask questions, share opinions, and practice daily topics. The chatbot responds immediately. It does not get tired. It does not judge you. You can make mistakes freely and learn from them. This gives you confidence and more speaking practice time. Pronunciation tools are another great example. Many AI-based apps can listen to your voice and compare it with native pronunciation. They can show you where your pronunciation is strong and where it needs improvement. Some apps even show you the correct mouth position or stress in a word. For example, if you say a word incorrectly, the system can ask you to repeat it. This is like having a small pronunciation coach in your pocket. Over time, this kind of practice can make your speaking clearer and more natural. Grammar correction is also much better today because of artificial intelligence. When you write a sentence, AI tools can check your grammar and suggest corrections. But they do more than just fix mistakes. Some tools explain why something is wrong. They show you the rule in simple language. This helps you understand, not only correct. When you understand your mistakes, you improve faster. Vocabulary apps also use AI to help you remember new words. These apps can track which words you know well and which words you often forget. Then they create a personalized review plan. If you forget a word many times, the app will show it to you more often. If you remember it easily, the app will show it less. This system is called smart repetition. It helps your brain remember words for a longer time. It makes learning more efficient. Personalized learning is one of the biggest advantages of AI. Every learner is different. Some students are good at listening but weak in speaking. Some are strong in grammar but need more vocabulary. AI systems can analyze your performance and create lessons that match your level and needs. Instead of giving the same lesson to everyone, the system adapts to you. This makes learning more focused and more effective. AI can also help you with listening practice. Some platforms can slow down audio without changing the voice too much. This helps you understand difficult sentences. You can listen again and again until you feel comfortable. Some systems can even create subtitles automatically, so you can read and listen at the same time. However, it is important to use AI wisely. AI is a tool. It supports you, but it does not replace your effort. You still need discipline. You still need regular practice. If you use AI every day for speaking, writing, and vocabulary practice, you will see progress. But if you only use it sometimes, improvement will be slower. Think about it this way. AI gives you more opportunities. It gives you more access to practice. It gives you feedback quickly. But you are still the main person in your learning journey. Your motivation, your consistency, and your courage to speak are the most important things. Now imagine your future English level. Imagine speaking confidently in meetings, traveling comfortably, or studying abroad. AI can support you on that journey. It can be your assistant, your practice partner, and your feedback provider. But you are the driver. Here at Code Your English, our goal is not only to give you information. Our goal is to help you grow step by step. Artificial intelligence is not something far away. It is something you can use today to improve your English. The more you use it wisely, the more confident and fluent you can become. And that is a very powerful opportunity. Reflection. Questions for speaking practice. Now it is time for you to speak. Listening is important, but speaking is where real progress happens. In this part, I want you to pause, think, and answer some questions out loud. Do not answer only in your mind. Try to speak. Even if your sentences are simple, that is perfectly fine. The goal is practice, not perfection. Let us start with a very simple question. Do you use artificial intelligence every day? Think carefully about your daily routine. When you wake up and check your phone, are you using AI? When you search something on Google, watch videos on YouTube, or scroll on social media, are you interacting with AI systems? Try to describe your day in English. For example, you can say, "In the morning, I use my phone. I check the weather. I use Google Maps. In the evening, I watch recommended videos. Speak for at least 1 or 2 minutes. The more details you give, the better your speaking practice will be." Now think about your feelings. Are you afraid of artificial intelligence? Why or why not? Some people feel excited about new technology. Other people feel worried. There is no correct or incorrect answer. What matters is your opinion. Try to explain your reasons. You can say, I am not afraid because I makes life easier. Or, I feel a little worried because I think machines may replace jobs. When you explain your reasons, you practice giving arguments. This is an important skill in English communication. Another interesting question is this. Do you think AI will replace humans completely? Or do you think humans and AI will work together? Try to imagine the future. Do you believe robots will do most jobs? Or do you believe human creativity and emotions will always be necessary? Speak slowly and clearly. Use simple sentences if you need to. For example, I think AI will help humans, but it will not replace them. Or, I think some jobs will disappear, but new jobs will appear. Practice expressing both sides if you can. Now let us connect this topic to your personal goal. How can artificial intelligence help you learn English better? Think about the tools you already use. Do you use translation apps? Do you use grammar correction tools? Do you practice speaking with AI chatbots? How often do you use these tools? Are they helpful for you? Try to give examples. For example, I use a pronunciation app. It helps me say words correctly. Or, I use AI to correct my writing. It shows my grammar mistakes. When you speak about your own experience, your language becomes more natural. You can also ask yourself a deeper question. If AI did not exist, how would your English learning journey be different? Would it be harder to practice speaking? Would it take more time to check your grammar? Try to compare the past and the present. This kind of comparison helps you practice more advanced speaking skills. Another question to think about is this. What skills should humans improve in the age of AI? If machines become smarter, what should we focus on? Creativity, communication, emotional intelligence? Try to share your thoughts. Even if your vocabulary is simple, your ideas can still be powerful. Remember, when you answer these questions, do not rush. Speak slowly. Pause between sentences. If you do not know a word, explain the idea in another way. This is how real communication works. Speaking practice is not about using difficult words. It is about expressing your thoughts clearly. You can also record yourself while answering these questions. After that, listen to your recording. Notice your pronunciation. Notice your grammar. This is a very effective way to improve. You can repeat the same questions after 1 week and compare your progress. These reflection questions are not only about artificial intelligence, they are about you. They help you think, analyze, and express your opinion. And when you can speak about modern topics like AI, you feel more confident in conversations. So take a deep breath, choose one question, and start speaking. Step by step, sentence by sentence, you are building your fluency. And that is how you grow here at Code Your English. As we come to the end of today's episode, I want you to take a quiet moment and reflect on everything we have discussed. We talked about what artificial intelligence is, how it started, where we see it in daily life, its benefits, its risks, and its future. But the most important message is not only about technology, it is about us. Technology is a tool, that is all it is. A tool can build a house, and a tool can also break something. The difference is not the tool itself. The difference is the person who uses it. Artificial intelligence is powerful, yes. It is growing fast, yes. But it does not have values, dreams, or emotions. Humans do. That is why responsibility will always belong to us. Instead of fearing AI, we can choose to understand it. Fear often comes from not knowing. When we learn about something, it becomes clearer and less frightening. When you understand how AI works, you see that it is not magic. It is not a monster. It is a system created by humans. And because humans created it, humans can guide it. Balanced thinking is very important in this modern world. Some people believe AI will solve all problems. Others believe it will destroy everything. The truth is usually somewhere in the middle. AI can help us in healthcare, education, business, and communication. But we must also protect privacy, create fair rules, and stay active in learning new skills. Balance means seeing both sides and making smart decisions. Learning never stops. The world is changing quickly. New technologies appear every year. New tools are created. If we stop learning, we feel lost. But if we stay curious, we stay strong. Curiosity keeps our mind active. It helps us adapt. It helps us grow. Whether it is artificial intelligence or English learning, progress comes from consistent effort. Think about your own journey. When you started learning English, maybe it felt difficult. Maybe you were afraid to speak. But step by step, you improved. You listened, you practiced, you made mistakes, and you continued. That same mindset will help you in the age of artificial intelligence. Stay open, stay flexible, stay willing to learn. Remember, the future is not something that simply happens to you. It is something you prepare for. Every time you improve your English, you open a new opportunity. Every time you learn about technology, you become more confident. You are building skills that will help you in a changing world. So do not fear the future. Learn about it, understand it, and grow with it. If you found this episode helpful, please support the channel. Share this podcast with a friend who is learning English. Practice the reflection questions again. Listen one more time and shadow my voice to improve your pronunciation. And if you are new here, subscribe to Code Your English so you never miss an episode. We are building not only language skills, but also knowledge and confidence together. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Keep learning. Keep practicing. Keep believing in your progress. And I will see you in the next episode.